Yo, what's going on, Hope Society? It's your boy, Mr. Hope, come back to you with some more Mr. Hope's morning motivation. So, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are tuning in to Mr. Hope's motivation. You guys already know what I'm about to say next. What? Give yourself a hand clap, give yourself a pat on the back because you guys are already aligning yourselves with everything you need to do in order for you to get all your hopes and dreams. So what are you talking about, Mr. Hope? For those of us who are just now tuning in each and every day, we know that we have two things that we have to do, and that's either work towards or against our hopes and dreams. And the actions that we take daily are either towards or against those hopes and dreams. So the fact that you said, hey, I need to tune into Mr. Hope no matter what time it is or where we're at, you're saying that I need my mindset to stay in alignment with where it is I'm going. I'm not going to allow my situation today or what was yesterday to dictate where it is I'm going. So that's for that. I'm giving you guys a hand clap, a high five, way to go, a wahoo. Listen, I want you guys to get up and get excited because listen, when we think about our hopes and dreams, it's the energy that's applied on that thing that's going to get us to it. So before we get going on today, this is Mr. Hope's morning motivation. Let's get it, y'all. Good morning. Let's go. Hope. Are back. What's going on, Hope Society? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. Once again, we know each and every day we only have two tasks to do. We only have two responsibilities. Only two things can happen, and law of polarity says so. There's a left, there's a right, there's a up, there's a down, there's a forward, there's a back, meaning that each and every move we make is either something that's helping us or what? Hindering us. So I want to give you guys some more kudos. Listen, I'm always excited to be here with you guys on these airways, whether it's SoundCloud, YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, wherever you guys are tuning in at to hear or see Mr. Hope. I want you guys to understand that it's a privilege to be in front of you or be in your ears because, listen, we can make choices, and the choices that we make are either going to help us get towards our dreams. So to be a part of your fight, to be a part of your journey is definitely something I'm glad to be here. But I want you guys to also take privilege in who you are, because each and every day we have the decision to do what we're supposed to do, or we have the decision for us not to do what we're supposed to do. And the fact that you guys are trying says a whole lot, because people have already this year, already today, already in this very moment as we and you are talking and listening to each other and we're vibing, somebody has already said that I am giving up, but not you. So today what I want to talk to you guys about is how to overcome fear. Before we even go into that, I want you guys to remember that it's not where we start, but it's how and where we finish. And that if we happen on purpose each and every day, remember, so a man thinketh, so a man believeth. But so a man becomes habitual in his actions and his habits, does his reality begin to reflect it. So we take it back and say it's our habits. If my habits are consistent in alignment with where it is I'm going, I get to recreate what is normal for me. I get to recreate what is normal for my family and for my community. And I know that's not even hard work, guys. It's consistency. I wake up every day and I'm consistent, because we know easy and hard can be relative, because some days are harder, but it's the same fight. So I know I have to be consistent because I'm already built to last. I got everything within me that's ready for me to win. I just have to be consistent in unlocking all the health, wealth, and freedom that's already mandated for my life and yours as well. So once again, today we're talking about how to overcome fear. Mr. Hope, have you already talked about fear? Yes, I told you guys what fear was, but now we're going to actually understand how to get over it, and actually how to use it as a tool, because I help you guys identify what fear was, and that was help because when we identify things, or we put a label on it, or we're able to call it by name, then are we able to begin to control it or allow it to be a benefit thereof. When things are just kind of going on, or they don't have any direction or any things of where we're able to understand what it is, then it's able to dictate how we're able to think and how we're able to move. The fact that we're going to label what our fears are, the fact that we're going to be able to identify what these things are, we are then going to be able to use them as tools or throw them completely away, because they're false evidence appearing real anyway. So once again, today we're tapping into how to actually overcome fear. So let's tap in. So once again, I gave it to you guys already. What is fear? Fear is nothing but what? False evidence appearing real. Wow, some of us are caught and that's all we need. But listen, so false evidence appearing real. That means that if it's appearing real, it's visual. That means I can see it. So we think about doubt. Remember, doubt was dwelling on unbelievable truths. And I told you guys doubt was the voice. And then we allow our voice to can steer you to steer our minds or to steer our days. And then we turn to our images and then we begin to see this thing. So, oh no, we have allowed our doubt to somehow turn to our fear. We're actually visualizing us not winning. That's completely crazy, right? I can't even see you not winning. You not getting all that health, wealth, and freedom. You not having that loving relationship. You not having that overflow and abundance of joy and peace coming from every end of your life. I can't even see it either because it has to be false. So false evidence appearing real. But how do we get it to appear real if it's false? It's because if we allow ourselves to begin to believe that this thing, that we continue to allow ourselves to visualize us in these unsuccessful moments, or we continue to allow ourselves to believe us not being able to conquer or overcome our fears or overcome what it is hindering us from our dreams and goals, then do we allow those things to actually become real. So false evidence appearing real. The only thing that we should fear is that this is who I could be for the rest of my life. Wow. And I'm not saying this is a negative connotation for those of us who are on track and where it is that you want to be. What I'm saying is that this is my height. I'm scared that this is all that I can become. This is all that I might be able to do. I'm afraid that I might not be able to advance past this. And it's that fear that fuels my fire every day to get up and learn more, to get up and work out and make sure I'm doing things that are continuously pushing me forward. That's the type of fear we need. Not the fear that says that I'm not about to conquer or accomplish my hopes and dreams, because that's false. So we have to begin to understand what fear is. See, fear is something that we actually need, because it actually is something that actually helps us to protect ourselves. It's something that is already within our bodies, is in our mechanisms, a part of who we are in our makeup. So these are things that are naturally going to happen when we are faced with things that are uncertain, or things that we haven't been faced before. So these are our new challenges, or thinking about our hopes and dreams, because we haven't met those realities before. So it can, begin to come over us that these things, may give us nervous vibes or nervous energies, but we don't allow the naturalness of our bodies to then turn to something that's not real. Yes, we must be fearful, but not afraid. There's two different things. So we must be fearful of the fact that, hey, I need to understand these things so that I may understand myself and operate correctly. But I can't be afraid that I'm being asked to be more of what I am in this current moment, because I know it's when I choose to act now that I actually am able to become all that I'm asked to become. And what I'm saying is that every moment is not going to be the right moment that we say that we need to act. Every moment is not going to feel like this is the right thing to do. Every moment is not going to feel like this is the most confident thing for me to say. But it's in those moments that when we choose to act anyway, when we choose to continue to happen, when we continue to allow ourselves to focus on where it is that we're going, that in those moments when fear is trying to take over, that we happen and we realize that what we thought we were seeing and believing actually isn't true, because we are more than deserving of the overflow of health, wealth, and freedom that's already mandated for our lives. So the only things we should fear is where we were, and that this is where this is going to be my stopping grounds. So I'm using all that energy to fuel me in the actions that I need to take every single day in order for me to be habitual in the things that are going to allow me to reflect in the realities that I'm hoping and dreaming for. So we want to know how to overcome fear is being able to, one, identify what we're visualizing. So the thing is, I'm going to give you guys some tools here. Number one, when we can't visualize our own success, when we can't see ourselves above a moment and we're allowing fear to dictate what our minds is saying that we can and cannot do, we have a plethora of things around us that can give us the vibes or the energies that can push us to act in those moments. If we can't see ourselves in those moments, there are plenty of people that have already accomplished the things that we are hoping to accomplish in some way. What I'm saying is that they might not go and meet the feats and the heights that you're meant to meet, but people have trekked or worked through a lot of different things that we are already going to be faced with in similarities. What I'm saying is that if you can't see yourself, let's go and find somebody that looks like us, or that has done things that we want to do, and then we can use them as an example. We can find out what they did, what was their methods of how they were approaching things, and we can use others that have been in similar situations to give us the confidence or to give us the information to overcome what we think is actually hindering or going to disable us from actually getting to our hopes and dreams. So I'm saying we can't see within ourselves that we also have success images around us. And if we don't have them around us, then we need to put them around us. If we don't have them in our friends or our families, we have to go out and seek these things. So when we're talking about overcoming fear, it's always some action that has to be taken. If we can't take the immediate action in order to get over the fear, then we have to start taking other actions that can help aid in us getting over the fear. What I'm saying is that we're never ever going to give up. And we might say, hey, fear, I might not be able to get you by myself, but I'm going to be back with some tools. I'm going to be back with some resources. So I'm going to come back with these success images in my mind and say, oh, I know that somebody else, when they were faced with this, I can use how they went about it in order to restore my confidence to say that I can overcome this. Another thing is that you guys have to begin, when we talked about doubt, is we have to begin to train our voice. See, once we allow our voice to begin to create these images, our voice is still there. So it's all about what we are still saying to ourselves. So we have to go back to Mr. Host's Morning Motivation and listen to the end of his episodes when he's giving those I am statements. When I'm saying I am powerful, when I'm saying I am healthy, when I'm saying I am above and not beneath. We have to go back and remember those things. So I'm saying that in the moments of fear, we have to go back and remember who we were. In the moments when we did stand up, we have to go back to those moments when we thought we was counted out, and we have to go back and muster up those energies and those feelings. So what I'm saying is that no matter what, we have to continue to happen on purpose, and we have to continue to be willing to take actions, even in the moment of everything saying that we can't or that we shouldn't. So if you guys got nothing else from today on how to overcome fear, it's about having this applied action. It's about allowing ourselves to see where it is that we're going and not allowing these false evidence of these stagnancies in our lives today to dictate who we can really become. So I want you guys to like, subscribe, share. Make sure you guys also go grab my book, Answer to Butterflies, Becoming Comfortable Being Uncomfortable. It's officially out on Amazon, my website, Mr. Hope Motivates, to go get some apparel as well. I want you guys to continue having a hope-filled day. And remember, fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real. We should only fear where we were, and we should allow our energies and those things of which they worked in order to fill us up to take the actions in today, so that this is not our reality forever. So what I'm saying, I'm more scared that this is all that I can become than rather I'm scared of the action that needs to be taken. So allow ourselves to shift our perspective and shift your mindset and shift the way we're talking to ourselves. Let's tap back into our affirmations so that when we in those moments of adversity, we can pull back on those voices that are going to actually pull us through. And if we can't see ourselves, then we're going to put success images around us so we can see when others have conquered in those same moments. So what I'm saying is that we have to continue to have action. Continue having a hope-filled day. Let's get it, y'all.